Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are here for the first drive of this vehicle next to me. I'm high up on this mountain in Palm Springs, California, and guess what? We have something all new, totally redesigned, and like I said, it's the first drive, this vehicle right here. This is your 2024 redesigned Lincoln Nautilus. This particular one is the top dog trim known as the Black Label. But before we get into this all-wheel drive, hybrid-powered Lincoln Nautilus, let's talk about what's going on here. Lincoln is gonna go through their lineup and bring the magic. That's what they are gaming to do. And it's all about taking what has been so successful for them, but then bringing it to the other crossover SUVs in their lineup. Now, they have a total of 4 SUVs. It starts with the small Lincoln Corsair, then it steps up to this Nautilus. You want to go a little bit bigger, you could go Aviator, or you could go for the biggest, baddest mamma jamma, which is going to be the Lincoln Navigator. Now, for 2024, they decided to take a lot of their focus, put it into this mid-size 2-row luxury SUV, bringing style, bringing technology, and like I said, bringing hybrid power. But what I want to find out is, if you're looking for the best new luxury crossover SUV, and you're comparing it to a main competitor to this one, which is going to probably be, as you know, the Lexus RX 350, which one is going to be the better one to buy? Let's go ahead, let's dive into our Lincoln Nautilus Black Label and find out. Right off the bat, the color. They call this Caviar, Chroma Caviar Dark Gray Metallic. And it all starts at the front end of the business. We have total redesign. All new triple LED beam headlights, LED turn signals, and then you'll also notice that right underneath the headlights, we have our daytime running lamp that actually extends all the way to the center Lincoln grille. Now, as we work our way down, the good news is we have some functionality. You'll notice how they made this opening nice and large to channel air through that corner air curtain. I like the way they did this little sort of like ridged design into the gloss black. And on the bottom of this Black Label, they bring a little bit of aluminum finish. The one thing I would have liked to have seen is in this area right here is give me LED fog lamps. So that is going to be a little bit of a zonk, but other than that, very functional, very sleek, very classy, especially when you compare it to the Lexus RX. That one is a little bit more angular and hard edged. Now, when we come across the new Lincoln style grille on this Nautilus, you'll see, like I said, that daytime running lamp flowing in all the way across, our illuminated Lincoln badge, and look where they hide the forward-facing camera nicely at the base of the badge. You'll notice this like almost like a gunmetal titanium color on all the little individual accents, fully functional with aero shutters, and then working our way down, gloss black along the bottom portion, functional as well with the aero shutters. And then I love this aluminum style finish that they did both at the top and the bottom portion of that lower grille. But definitely, like I said, taking some of that old magic that Lincoln has been known for with design and bringing it into this new Nautilus. Now, as we rise up, look at the way the hood has a nice curve and just is really clean on the body lines. You have a little bit of a canyon of a dip in the center, but other than that, very, very smooth. And you'll see that Chroma Caviar finish sparkling in the Palm Springs sun. Now, as we come around the bend, if we have a new redesign, you gotta have some new wheels. What do we have on our Black Label? Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. 22-inch wheels, machined aluminum with that Lincoln badge in the center. I love the way they kind of put these edges into each of the spokes, and it's got that nice rotation. I mean, think about a seashell. Think about Nautilus and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It's all within this 22-inch wheel with the design. If you're wondering what's the size of the tires, 255 on the width, 45 series sidewall. And you'll notice up top we have our adaptive suspension. You can see the shock absorber and upper control arm hiding behind there. But let me know what you think about the wheel. Very classy and sporty at the same time. I'm kind of digging it more than what is on the Lexus RX. Another thing I love, full body colored fender openings. No flat black on this luxury two-row midsize SUV. Now, as we come down the side, look at the Nautilus name. This is another thing I like what Lincoln is doing. They're bringing the badge. And look at how far they bring it. Almost the whole length of the front doors. Let me know if you think that's too much. I actually think it works. It gives it a nice little balance and a bit of pizzazz. And you'll also notice that the color is that gunmetal titanium gray that's on the little points of the grille. And the best way is how they put the Nautilus name, you know, and that's something that on all Lincolns, you'll see it says Aviator, Corsair, Navigator, all nicely within this badge on the side. We're gonna have metallic, gloss black mirror caps with our LED turn signals, 360-degree cameras. And then one of my favorite parts about the side of this vehicle is the two-tone. The dark chroma caviar with the black roof. I don't know, it's working. It's really working for me. Let me know in the comment section what you are feeling about it. Of course, when it comes to door handles, not putting them on the actual portion of the door, they actually blend it into the window frame opening. So all you do is you don't pull on this. You just push a button, voila, it opens up, and then we close it. Super clean, very seamless, just a little bit of shiny, bright metal work up top. So not too much on the shiny, bright metal work. I personally would have preferred some dark chrome, but I guess this matches nicely with the silver on the roof rails. Let me know how you feel about the silver at the top and the roof rails. Working our way towards the rear. Of course, we got the same wheel and tire setup that we have up front. Look at the way the black, it stops. It doesn't come all the way to the edge. And I like the way they took that ridge design and actually brought it into the quarter glass. That to me shows the attention to detail that you're not gonna see on the Lexus RX. Just saying. Now, when we come around to the back, this is where the lighting gets really good. They have this signature lighting. Look at the way it's got the edges into it. And when you walk up to the vehicle, it will have this special illumination that happens to say, hey, welcome back. It's great to see you. I'm your Lincoln Nautilus, and I love you. That's what the light's gonna do for you. Little bit of silver, just super slim and trim right there in the middle. No rear wiper expose. Everybody else needs to take notice of this. Look at how it just cleans everything up. The wiper's tucked underneath this long, low, color-matched roof spoiler. Super clean. And then working our way down, what do we got going on? Nothing but just simple design. I would have liked to see, instead of this, which doesn't look like a fake vent, so I'm not gonna zonk it, I would like to see some exposed exhaust. But I get it, this is the hybrid version, and maybe that was something they really wanted to focus on. And if you're saying, well, Joe, how come it doesn't say Lincoln on the back of the vehicle? It actually does. Look at where they hide it within the glass trim back here. And that's gonna illuminate at night really nicely. But let me know how you feel about the lower portion. Me personally, I like a little bit of exposed exhaust. I'm just glad they didn't put fake exhaust. I don't like that. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood on this Lincoln Nautilus and see what's powering it. All right, guys, we got the hood popped open. You do have hood struts. Underneath the hood, we have hybrid power. So you're actually gonna be able to get two different engine options. Let's talk about what we have in this particular one. So you'll notice electric motor. This is your hybrid. So what do we have going on here? You're looking at a 2-liter inline-4 turbocharged engine paired with an electric motor. That's gonna give you combined 310 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a CVT to give you maximum MPGs. And how many MPGs do we have? This is gonna blow your mind. 30 in the city, 31 on the highway. And what's great is that you're gonna get that awesome flexibility that if you don't wanna go hybrid, you could also option a 2-liter inline-4 turbocharged engine without the electric motor, 250 horsepower, 280 pound-feet of torque. That's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. MPGs, 21 in the city, 29 on the highway. And the regular ICE version could tow up to 1,750 pounds, and the vehicle weighs 4,349 pounds. So very interesting to see what they're bringing from Lincoln when it comes to, obviously, if you want to go internal combustion engine and keep it at that, or if you're looking, like I said, 30 MPGs in the city. That's quite substantial for a mid-size 2-row SUV. But think about what Lexus brings with their RX. You could get the 350 internal combustion engine. You could go 450h and get that hybrid power as well. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire this thing up and see it move. All right, guys, we are inside this all-new, from top to bottom, 2024 Lincoln Nautilus Black Label. And I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, it's been a while since I've looked at Lincoln. I think the last time I rode in one was my grandpa had a Lincoln Continental with the suicide rear doors. I'm kind of liking what this Nautilus is all about, but how much is it? Very good question. So remember, this is the top trim, known as the Black Label, and this is the hybrid version. MSRP, the way that this one is spec'd out, is right around $74,000. Let's see how it compares to the OG of this segment, which of course is the Lexus RX. To the door panels, look at the attention to detail. We have black leather with white contrast stitching. Then you're going to notice some gloss black, but you see those 3 ribs? Those are actually ambient lighting colors, so you could actually adjust those colors in the door panel very simply. Then on top of that, you'll now see the all-new redwood Venetian leather. I'm really digging the two-tone, and I like the way they didn't go all in and just make it bright red like the Lexus RX interior when you option red. Aluminum. I hope you love aluminum, because guess what? That finish looks fantastic on the speaker grille covers up top and down below. And we have that Revel 28 speaker sound system to really give you the pureness and audio quality that you want to have. Door pocket is ginormous. You could easily get a Palm Springs calzone in there. What is that? That's where you got mozzarella and you have a ton of avocado in the center of that Palm Springs calzone. Going from the door panel though to the dash, let me introduce you to 48 inches of screen. Now, before you freak out and you say that's too much, I'm going to break it down for you. Where this line of division is, this is primarily for the passenger or also the driver, but this isn't the important information for the driver. To the left of the line, this is exactly driver focused and what the driver needs. Now, the great news is totally customizable. I like the way it's got the black leather with the white contrast stitching, and because of where the screen is located, it eliminates the need for a HUD, a head-up display for the driver. Of course, we're going to have our Revel center speaker. You got 28 speakers. And then you'll notice that we have an 11-inch touchscreen. So this is going to control everything that you want to do in that 48 inches plus some. So you see we have our Apple Maps, everything all connected. But let me show you how we're going to change this up. You're going to hit this icon near the bottom. This is customize your display. Watch how easy it is. Let's say you want to have fuel economy. So I'm just going to touch it and drag. Boom. There is our fuel economy. Let's say I don't care about the weather. I want to go with tire pressure. Boom. There's your tire pressure. I love the color, the font, the graphics, and the fact that it's all integrated very cleanly. Let's say, Joe, you know what? I've had a hard day. I've been in front of a computer screen all freaking day. I don't want any major information. I just want the nitty gritty. What you're going to do is, you see where it says calm? Chill out. Everything is okay. I'm now able to shut everything off and just have the essentials. Your speedometer, your coolant, all of those goodies, easily done. And then you say, you know what? I changed my mind. I want all the information. So easy. That's the thing that I love about this. So if I want to put my media back, I could put my media back up there. I don't want it over there. I want it right here. And then, of course, I could bring the weather back. Look how simple that is. And one of the things you're going to love about this new system is that the Sync 4 is so quick. It's very lightning quick. So this is your home page. You need your enlarged maps. There you go. I hit the vehicle. This is where we have all of our different controls. Ambient lighting, like I was telling you on the door and throughout this whole car, you got more colors than Roy G. Biv ever thought of. And then when you go back, like I said, very fast reacting. We could go into our seats. You got all your massage seat settings, recovery, relax, all those goodies. And then here's all your apps. Amazon Alexa, the whole 9 yards, your Google Assistant, everything set up, including YouTube. So you can watch Raiti's Rides very easily or play some games. You could go into the Google store and get yourself some games. Now, everything is not sunshine and rainbows. The big zonk is going to be the AC vents. You can't manually adjust them. You could try, but they don't do anything. So the way you have to do that is you have to hit this little icon. Now you use the screen. So let me know how you feel about that. To me, that's a zonk. I would just like to adjust with manual controls, but the way this Nautilus is, you have to do it utilizing the screen. Now, I think the one saving grace in all of this is that to adjust your blower fan, you just tap. You don't have to drag. That is one nice thing about that. And then you do have your 3 stages of heated seats, 3 stages of ventilated seats, and your heated steering wheel. So they got you covered there. And then, of course, like I said, you could go back in, you have your valet mode, the different drive modes. You could show it here, very easy to get into, or you could use the switch gear. And then working our way down, we have our toggle switches for our CVT. So CVT in this vehicle, if you get the ICE version, that's an 8-speed automatic. Let me put it into reverse. Backup camera is actually up top. So you see how it's nice and centered, easy for you to see. But then the reason why they bring it up down here is that I could adjust the different things that I want to do and what I want to show. I want it out the front, you could do it out the front. I want it out the back, you got your trajectory. So everything is controllable here, but it shows up on the screen up top. That to me is very smart. You got your dual climate control, of course, which is very easy to use. Working our way down, you got all your different switch gear. You got the crystal knob for your volume, your modes, your front camera, wireless charging. Love the way they did the stitching, the leather. You got a little bit of a nook down here for a couple Twinkies. You could put actually 8 California Twinkies. That's where they fill the center with avocado cream and a little bit of cinnamon. Like I said, the wireless charging, I like this bronze gunmetal. And if you don't want to see this, look, make it go away. Super clean. Open it up. Wireless charging, USB-C, USB-A. You have this Lincoln key fob, remote start, all the goodies, and this, I'm really liking this leather key fob ring. I guess it used to be called a keychain, but this is really not a key, and we definitely don't use chains. So, but that's what they used to be called back in the day. The leather, nice and soft. Open it up. You have a little tiny holder here for your little ruby and diamond rings, maybe your Rolex. You got USB-Cs, 12 volt, and enough room, I would say, for 8 Rubik's Cubes. You know, in 2 weeks, out here in Palm Springs is the Rubik's Cube Championships, World Championships. You could have those cubes in there and you could practice so that you could win. And then the seats, 30-way adjustable, actually close to 30-way adjustable, the Alcantara, the piping, all the bolstering. Love the way they have the seat controls, easy to get to, and you could really form fit these seats to your body. And then on top of that, you have Alcantara and leather on the seats. We have Alcantara headliner and all the speakers. And then you need some vitamin D? I'll give you some vitamin D. I'll give you some Sunny D. Panoramic sunroof with the power shade that goes all the way back. And then I could easily make it come right back to me. One-touch operation. But why don't you come over here? I got a unique two-tone steering wheel I want to introduce you to in this Nautilus. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel of this Nautilus. You do have a simple aluminum sill plate with the Lincoln name stamped in. Nice, tasteful, but I am going to zonk it because I think this should be LED lit, especially for $74,000. Seat controls are fingertip, easy reach to get to, and I like the way they put the silver finish on them. Just gives it a nice, classy look. These seats are phenomenal. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of room in here. You got the piping, you got the nice bolstering, and you have 3 different memory settings. So you can let other people borrow this. They could set their seat up and have it saved for them. Plus you have the driver profiles and the infotainment system. Now, driving this Nautilus, we have this all new steering wheel. I love the way ours has the redwood leather with the black leather, the stitching, these thumb controls that are here, buttons, and there's no gloss black, so you don't have to worry about fingerprints. The stitching is very classy with the Lincoln badge. And if you're noticing, what is this thing? That is for the Blue Cruise. That is your autonomous hands-free driving to make sure that you're still looking forward, even though the car is going to be steering and driving for you when you're using that Blue Cruise feature. You do have power tilting and telescoping steering wheel, and even the way they carve out the notches here. Just a really classy, different looking steering wheel. Now, one of the biggest things, besides this 48-inch screen, which is massive, that Lincoln is proud of, is right here in the infotainment system. So you're gonna hit the car icon, hit digital scent. Standard are 3 different scents, and what's great about it is that you could diffuse them at different levels or have them totally off. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, where do I fill those up? It's actually quite smart. You just lift this up, and then you're gonna pull down this panel here, which I'm gonna see if I could get my hand, just push that down. See those cartridges? Those are your different scents. And they're gonna have a total of about 12 different scents in here. And what's great is that they're actually gonna have this ability, you have this ability with this vehicle of a curated rejuvenation and calming experience. So let's say you're having a miserable day at work. Before you pick up the kids and you leave your work parking lot, you have 2 different options, 5 minutes or 10 minutes. You choose whatever amount of time you need, and it actually puts you through a curated by Lincoln relaxation and rejuvenation period where the seat will massage you exactly the way Lincoln wants you to be relaxed and rejuvenated, and the scents will be pumped in, curated by Lincoln so that you could feel really good before you go pick up the kids. But speaking of the kids, where are they going to be sitting? Not up front. They're going to be in the back seat. Let's go ahead and check out how the Nautilus is different for 2024 back there. All right, guys, back seat time, and things have definitely changed for this new Nautilus in a very good way. First of all, look at where they put the USB-Cs. Nice and high, and there's actually 2 of them. And I like the way you have this bronze titanium metallic cover, colored just like on the center console. You have some leather pockets. Look how far they open. With the stitching, easily put 52 different Lincoln logs back here on both sides. So if you do the math, that's 104 Lincoln logs in your Lincoln. Crazy. Now, the back of the command center here, you have more of that titanium bronze cover. color. We do have 3 stages of heated seats, but I'm gonna zonk it because I need ventilated seats in a $74,000 SUV. Love the stitching though. And then down below, you do have a home power source, which is really nice. But it's crazy to think that both rear seats have 2 USB-Cs. That's 4. 2 plus 2 equals 4. At least in my world. I don't know about your world. But the seats are comfy, 6 feet tall, and I'm not even close to that headliner. The best part is you could slide them and you could recline them just a little bit. I wish they reclined just a little bit more, but still, you're gonna get the great leather setup, that redwood leather, Venetian leather. Pull this bad boy down, soft here, and then watch this. That's where you're gonna be able to put your bag of Skittles, your standard bag of Skittles, and then you also have 2 cup holders. And then it closes up, super clean. Love the piping and the stitching, just like up front. But you know what? It's not just about hauling people, it's about hauling your junk. Let's get back in that cargo area and see what the heck we could fit in this Nautilus. All right, guys, time to get in the cargo area. Wind's picking up. Hit the button. Nice electric assist. Opens up. You're going to be greeted to. Now, the hybrid version has a different amount of cargo space because of the battery, has a different amount of cargo space compared to the ICE version of this. But let me give you the dimensions on our Nautilus hybrid. You're looking at 35.2 cubic feet of space with the seats up. Now, if you compare that to the ICE version of the Nautilus, you're not really losing that much. It's 36.4. So 36.4 in the ICE. In ours, we have 35.2. Fold down the seat, and you're gonna be given 71.3 cubic feet of space. Watch this, it's really amazing. You're just gonna hit the buttons right next to the 12 volt. So we have a 12 volt, and then we're gonna hit these 2 buttons. Boom, look at that. Now, to get them to kind of lock in, you have to come over and just, you know, it's a brand new vehicle. You gotta lube it up a little bit, but they lie down and they lock in. The only zonk is that, first of all, I had to go over there and do that. Second of all, it's not totally flat, but it gives you a nice amount of room. Go to Costco, get the big old bag of Lay's and the barrel of mustard and a big, huge barrel of pickles. You could get them back here. And then the even better news is we do have a spare. So a lot of brands getting rid of those. I like the little touches with the Nautilus name, the aluminum finish here, so the kids, they'll totally scrape the heck out of this when they're dragging their junk out. Plus, you'll notice there's a nice little lip. So if you have a cantaloupe and you're on a hill like we are right now, it's not gonna roll down the side of a mountain. But while we go ahead, speaking of rolls, if you're ready, I think this Nautilus is ready. We have 300 horsepower. Let's go ahead and see how it drives. All right, guys, we are inside this 2024 Lincoln Nautilus Black Label. And right away for this first drive, unbelievable just how nice that 48 inches of screen is and how it's very well integrated into the dash. Even with sun directly on it, there's really no glare, which is kind of crazy. But being behind the wheel, it really gives you not only a clear view out the windshield the way everything is designed on the interior, but it gives you a clear view of all of the screen, especially what I pointed out that's left of that divider in the center. I do have it in sport mode. To change your modes, very simple. You're just gonna hit one of the toggle switches on the center display, and that allows you to go through the different modes. I'm gonna keep it in Excite, which is gonna be that sport-based mode because of the road that we're driving on. But when you put it into that mode, or any of the modes, what is gonna happen is it's gonna adjust how the steering sensitivity is, throttle sensitivity, and how the engine and transmission behaves with one another. Now, yes, this does have a CVT, and it does make sense that Lincoln went that route because, like I said, they're trying to maximize your MPGs. And with 30 in the city, that is pretty substantial when we talk about the numbers. Now, when we talk about the actual driving dynamics, what's cool with the hybrid is that it's actually going to handle a little bit better than the ICE version, because that battery pack is going to lower our center of gravity, and it's actually going to allow us to handle these twisty bits just that much better. Now, of course, this isn't a high performance crossover SUV, but yet they did a great job with tuning the suspension, with tuning the electric steering rack, and how all of the inputs are integrated very nicely. I like the way you just feel planted and you feel in control. I think one of the things I would have liked to have seen are some simulated program shifts that would take place to kind of drop the revs of the engine underneath the hood, that 2-liter inline-4 turbocharged engine. But like I said, just driving this twisty mountainous road out here in Palm Springs, you really get a good appreciation for the work that they did with the driving dynamics, but also with the quietness of the experience. You have acoustic glass, the windshield, the side glass. We have really well done sound deadening material that's going to cut down on your road noise, on your wind noise, and really help develop that serene environment that they want you to have inside the new Nautilus. All right, guys, we are on the highway in this 2024 Lincoln Nautilus, and look at this. We got the blue cruise up. I'm able to set exactly the speed that I want, hands off, uninterrupted driving, and really just allows you to sit back because I have the massage settings going on my seat. And great that it shows you what's taking place on the screen while we're cruising down the highway here, and it just allows you to really take part in the relaxation of the massage seats, but yet also get down the road very safely and just easy to use. And that to me is really what the whole big package of this Lincoln Nautilus is. It's not about just getting great fuel economy, because you're gonna get 31 miles per gallon, but you're also getting hands-free driving technology. Really, really nice to see this in use. It's easy to use, all from the controls on the steering wheel. You just got to make sure that you keep your eyes forward and enjoy the massage that you're getting right now. All right, guys, it's been one of those days where pretty much I've almost been blown away. It's super windy out here in the desert of Palm Springs, but you know what? I'm also blown away by this Lincoln Nautilus and what Lincoln has done for 2024 with this redesign. But of course, we got to thank everybody with the Lincoln team for inviting us for this first drive. Let me know what you think. Are you going to go Nautilus, or are you going to go with that Lexus RX 350, or of course the 450h hybrid? Let me know down in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. Of course, we need to give it up to the person with the hands of steel. She resists the cold temperatures. Right now it's 49 degrees, even though it's sunny, and it's super windy. She's holding that camera rock steady. Show Lori some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for being my rock. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.